Hi, this is Michael Uslan. You're listening to Batman on Film.
I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not gonna take this anymore!
You son of a bitch.
Plug it in while tuning the frequency. Jett and the crew, they got the remedy. Discussing Bats and all his legacy. Mike is Alex. Welcome to the social hour. We're talking gospel, flying power. Look in the field of protest, got the keys to the Batmobile. Lights go down the shelter about the storm. Jett's wisdom striking like a dawn. Without the ways of harm, we're in deep, not sleep. Welcome to the social hour, exploring Gotham's darkest hours. Tune in, feel the charge. Jett set the hill with glowing large.
Welcome to the Social Hour, a Batman on Film podcast, batman-on-film.com. Don't forget what, Pete Verra?
The dashes.
Yeah.
I actually typed in the address the other day in the URL, and I did not forget the dashes.
Okay.
So it only took 30 some years, but it stuck.
Yeah. No, not 30 yet. Almost. We're getting there.
What are we at now?
Getting there. We're at just about at 28.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we're close. We round up after.
How about
5.
that? Round up. Yeah, round up. Close enough. Close enough. Pete Verra, senior BOF contributor, is on the Social Hour podcast today. I am merely Bill Ramey, the founder of Batman on Film, and this is episode number 218. Let's ride.
Did you know you founded BOF on Web TV? Did you know that?
No, tell me the story.
Well, I don't know the exact story, but I mean, for those of you who don't know what a Web TV is, go to eBay, try to buy a relic of the past.
I am curious, actually curious to know if you can find a Web TV console on eBay. I bet you can, right?
I don't know if it'll work, but you could probably buy the console.
I mean,
do you have the original Web TV?
No, that thing's long gone.
You should probably buy one on eBay just for the BOF museum.
Maybe so. Yeah, you'd have to have dial-up. Does dial-up exist? Can you even?
I have no idea. I don't even.
I don't know. It was dial-up. For those of you who don't know, Web TV was like it allows you to surf the net and do things online without having a computer by using your big, those big ass tube TVs,
CRT TVs.
That weighed about 150,000 pounds each. Remember trying to move those jokers?
You remember like when someone asked you to move a big screen TV?
Oh man,
literally the worst thing in the world. Now you
can pick up an 80 screen TV with one arm.
Yeah,
they're
it's
so
crazy.
light. Yeah,
it
is.
It's nuts. It's crazy how TVs have gotten so thin and lightweight.
Yeah, and I mean, this is not a a money show or an economic show, but I mean, you can get a big ass TV for relatively small price, compared to the way it was, when those thin, the thin screen started coming out.
I remember when I got a 19-inch tube TV, and I thought it was the greatest thing in the world.
Oh yeah, yeah, I did too. I had a few of those. Thought they were just awesome. I was like 32 inches. And I was living in hog heaven.
I think it's a 15-inch TV DVD combo in my basement from college that I used in the dorm.
When you first started collecting music, what was it on?
I mean, I remember cassettes. I personally never bought a cassette.
Okay.
I just, but I bought more than my Fisher's compact discs.
Okay. All right. I was curious. So the cassettes predate you. At least your music collecting.
I did have
period.
a cassette. Like my cousin had like this Run DMC tape, and I had an older car, so and I was like, "Can I have this?" Like I do have a tape deck, so she did give me a Run DMC tape.
Okay.
But
All
that was
right.
like it. Like I never went out and bought a cassette.
Okay. I go back to, well, albums, record albums, vinyl, which is it's been big again for a while now. Do you have any
Mhm.
vinyl albums?
No, no. Music was like one thing I was like, I need to consolidate for space, and
Yeah.
so I kind of went more digital towards music.
There's something about listening to music on vinyl that's different. So it's got a richer sound, in my opinion. But as a kid, we collect records, but then had 8 tracks. You ever seen an eight
Mhm.
track?
Not in person.
You know what? You don't know what? Do you know what it
No, I
is?
know what it is. I'm fully aware what an 8 track is, but I don't think I've ever
Okay.
held an 8 track tape.
Oh yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen like an 8 track deck.
Oh, they used to put it in,
Mhm.
and they would play. It was big. It was like what, maybe 3 times the size, double the thickness of like a
Cassette,
regular
maybe more.
cassette tape.
Probably more. Yeah.
And then it would
To
go,
be
and
honest,
then it
like
would
when I think of like 8 track tapes, I think of like Sega Genesis cartridges. Like that's what they remind me, you know?
and yeah, and I had like two big, it's like almost suitcase size boxes you could open up, cases you could put. They had little slots for your 8 tracks. Man, that you carry those around. But by the time I was in by the time I was in high school, it was cassettes,
Mhm.
and then CDs came out, and that was stuff from outer space, man.
Yeah. Well, and then mini discs came out, and then it got
Yeah,
crushed by MP3s and
yeah.
file sharing. So
And now it's
the
just
format wars.
you can get
Now you
music
remember the great
instantly.
VHS Betamax debate, right? You remember those days.
Oh, yes, yes.
I grew up in the Blu-ray or HD DVD format war that was going on while I was in college, and that was interesting because I was
That's
like,
similar. I mean,
yeah,
the
it wasn't as
beta
big,
versus VHS compared to,
but then Beta lived
HD.
on for years in television as an industry standard way of recording and just keeping hold of content. So because there were much bigger tapes, they could hold more. So uh, yeah, Betamax is interesting. It's definitely an interesting topic for people who enjoy media, which probably is a handful of people listening to
Yeah.
this show.
Well, if my voice sounds strange, I'm fighting either a cold, allergies, or a combination
Which is
of
not true.
both.
Bill went to opening day for the Rangers and he's been screaming his ass off. So that's why he lost his voice.
I did not go to Philadelphia. Let me say
Too many
that.
Eagles fans in Philadelphia for
Yeah.
Bill. You
Too
won't
many
do that.
Gumbies up there for me.
Oh,
Uh,
that's too funny.
anyway, well, yeah, baseball has
He
started. You
calls
told
them
me
Gumbies.
you're happy about that, right, Pete?
What am I having?
Baseball season started.
Oh yeah, I mean that's my first love, sports wise. So very excited for that. We'll see what happens. Hopefully things turn out better for me personally. I don't know how anyone else feels, but I kind of hope the Yankees play better.
Well, I went to well, I did watch the Rangers opening game. It was a
Mhm,
day game against the Phillies. They lost 5-3. They played a day at 3. I'll probably catch that.
mhm.
Last weekend I went to Las Vegas.
You go see a show?
Yeah, I went to see Sammy Hagar again.
How many times have you seen him over the past couple of years? I feel like you've seen him at least
Last
three,
couple of
four.
years, I've seen him twice in Vegas. Last year, a couple of years ago when he was touring. He doesn't tour anymore. He has these residencies in
Mhm.
Vegas. And they don't do one-off shows. I think he's got a little small tour and like a 6-show tour in the UK this summer. But yeah, that's my guy. It's been my guy since I was in high school.
There you go.
Him and Elvis.
Yeah, well, you had
Can't
a
see
longer run
Elvis
here with.
anymore.
Yeah, can't
But
see Elvis, but you had a long run with Sammy Hagar.
yeah, but I did see Elvis in person. Never mentioned that.
I don't think so. I don't think I've heard this one.
1974, Houston
Really?
Astrodome,
He was there.
livestock show and rodeo. Saw Elvis. He was the headliner. I was 8. And then Sammy, first time I was 16,
Okay. All right.
1982.
Little Jet history here. at the old rodeo. That's interesting. I've been to bull riding, haven't been to a rodeo, so I don't really have the full rodeo
Well,
experience, but bull
the
riding's cool.
livestock show and rodeo, it's a big deal in Houston.
Hmm.
I mean, they literally have a rodeo and livestock show, and then but there's big name big name musical guests that perform every year, and so it's been going on forever since hell, Elvis was there, and
I knew the rodeo was in San Antonio because the Spurs go on like a crazy road trip at some point in the season. They used to go to the Alamo Dome.
yeah, that's where they used to play at Spurs.
Hmm. Yeah. So a little bit. I know a little bit of Texas history.
All right, just if I can get through this. Sorry at home if you're listening. My voice isn't the best it usually is. Not that it's not that it's great in the first place, but he may be carrying this. See Vegas. Saw an Elvis tribute show. Speaking of Elvis, so worlds collided, everything's connected. At the Westgate Hotel, which used to be originally was the International. That was Elvis's hotel. That's when he played in Vegas from 69 to 76. That was cool. Then saw Sammy, came home and just now recovering. This is probably part of this cold old thing I got going on. It's probably because of that trip.
That's it. You got caught a virus in Vegas.
All right. Let's get to this here. If we can. Tell me about your BVS 10 podcast. I listened to it, but tell me you were on it, you and Lauer.
Oh, it was fun.
Be on it. Yeah. I couldn't be on it because I was in Las Vegas.
It's fun to actually talk about BVS with someone who's not just mentally impaired. Someone who has a good idea of history himself and not some whack job on the internet. I thought we did a pretty balanced job of just talking about it after all this time. Openly, I admitted, I was like, man, to be honest, like this movie kind of soured a little bit on me, and some of it is because of the zaddies, right, and others are just because of just it didn't work out the way we all kind of would have liked it to. But I still can find enjoyment within that movie. But talking to Lauer about it was fun. Again, just talking to somebody a little bit level.
No, that was a good show. I was going to be on it, but I went to Las Vegas, recorded. And if you want to know the whole detail, check out the BOF Chronicles I did with Lauer. And there's a show called the BBS Era, and would deep dive into covering that movie here at Batman on Film. I will say that, and Peter vouched for it. Batman on Film was totally behind BBS before it came out. I was excited. It was something different. I had gotten the Dark Knight trilogy, so cool. Let's do something different with Batman on the big screen.
You were very positive. Everybody was. The whole roundtable was very positive. Those pre-March 2016 years. The build up to BVS. No one banged the drum louder than Batman on Film there.
And that having Ben Affleck playing Batman was something I wanted him to direct a Batman movie after Nolan and play Batman. So I was like, hell yeah. Yeah, but like you said, it didn't work out.
A lot of potential, a lot of wasted potential.
Yeah. So I mean, listen to that show. I don't like it, the movie. I was one of the biggest disappointments for me and Batman on Film history was that movie, that movie and the fact I didn't like it. So, but
yeah,
like
if you think about it, especially considering all the hype and energy going into it, it just didn't work. For some reason, it didn't click. It didn't resonate. And, it's just like, the biggest, what me and Lauer said was, we just never got that solo Affleck Batman movie. And as Batman fans, that's the biggest waste for us. We got him in 3 Superman-ish themed films, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And then I would say, and looking back, BVS was almost more of a Batman movie than a Superman movie. And not to go down that rabbit hole of what they should have done or anything like that, but yeah, a lot of waste
on what they
there.
did.
A lot of it was a missed opportunity. 10 years out, so check that show out. You can find it on BOF or wherever you get your podcast. Batman v Superman 10th anniversary retrospective with Brian Lauer and Pete Verra, who's here right now on the social hour. All right. You sent me this. Well, I sound like Peter Brady right now. Voice is cracking, you know.
Marsha.
It's time to change, time to rearrange. If you know what I mean, you know what I mean on that reference there. You ever seen one episode of the Brady Bunch?
I watched a lot of the Brady Bunch as a kid. I watched a lot of Brady Bunch on Nick at Night as a kid.
So you know what I'm referring to with Peter Brady, right?
Yeah. I don't know how long they played that gag for, but it went on for a while.
It was a whole show with his voice. His voice was changing when he was a kid, and they had that musical group, you know.
I remember
So
that.
They wrote a song all about it's time to change, time to rearrange, whatever.
I was a big fan of that Brady Bunch movie they made. I liked that as a kid.
Yeah, you know, that was
the first one, not really the second one, but I liked the first one.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I'm with you. It was the way they did it was pretty funny, you know. All right, I'm going to try this in the Brady Bunch on film.
Well, I mean, it's still BOF.
Well, there you go. You sent me this. Casey Bloys is the head honcho of HBO. I guess he did an interview with Variety, and they asked him, you know, I guess it was the Harry Potter stuff and The Pit. I guess that's their big show right now. You watch that?
No, I don't watch anything Harry Potter.
Okay, I don't either. I just know that, like, the family behind the dude who created ER is like they were or still are in a lawsuit with Warner Brothers HBO, saying it's a ripoff of ER. They were going to like reboot ER and do a new series, and it didn't work out, so they made The Pit. Anyway, whatever. He's asked about DC properties on HBO. And of course, the Penguin season 2 came up, and he said Colin is going to be in the Batman Part 2. I would say it's certainly complicated, but something everyone involved would like to figure out. I just don't know. So it seems like, based on what everyone has said, all involved, Matt Reeves, Colin Farrell, and others, Lauren LaFranc, that something they want to do, but the Penguin season 1 was so good, you don't want to do it just to do one. You know what I mean?
It's just like, to me, that's like we're brainstorming. We're trying to figure it out. Maybe, again, like I've said this numerous times, maybe it's not necessarily the Penguin season 2. What if it's some other character that comes out of the Batman 2? You know, there could be, I have no idea who that character could be, but maybe we follow them, and Oswald would make probably some sort of appearance, right, as the connective tissue. Once again, for the greater audience, now that he's been in 2 movies and had his own spin-off series.
I'm with you that it's
so that's what I'm thinking of. I'm not necessarily because I think Farrell doesn't want to wear that suit for long periods of time, and I think headlining a show, obviously he would have to. I think he's made that very clear, although we do know that money talks and actors need to act to live, so I believe that like 50-50. But I do think we'll see him again. But I have a feeling it's going to be in somebody else's show. But I think he's involved. That's where I'm leaning.
Yeah, I think it morphs into something like you just said. It wouldn't shock me if it's something to do with Sophia and Selena.
Which would be awesome because, like, remember, we always heard it was Penguin or Catwoman back in the day, right? Penguin or Catwoman. And they went Penguin. But by the end of Penguin, they teased Catwoman again. And you mentioned Sophia. I kind of like that coming out of the Penguin. I think that would be fun.
Well, she a breakout star of that show.
I
Won
hope
the
her
best,
and Kravitz would have good chemistry together, working, right? Like, I hope it works.
Kristen
To be
Milioti
honest.
is who
Yeah.
played Sophia. Yeah,
But
she's
I'm all
not
for
in.
that. I don't know if that's what they're thinking. I don't know what else. I don't, like maybe Zoe doesn't want to do TV. Maybe she just wants to do film. You know what I'm saying? I know or streaming, whatever the hell it's called anymore.
Yeah,
So I don't know what's really going to hold it up. But if they went something like that, I'd be all for it.
yeah, it could definitely become that. I'm sure they're kicking around ideas. They probably really want to do something in between Batman Part 2 and then the finale Part 3.
We probably won't have a real good idea to even guesstimate as fans until the end of the Batman 2.
Yeah.
Because it's probably somebody in that movie spinning off.
Harvey Dent.
Maybe. I don't. Do you do another villain? Like, I don't know. Like, could you do like? Would you be into like, I don't know, a Martinez cop show in Gotham? He doesn't even have to be like crazy villain stuff. I don't know. Like, or am I just fanboying out? Like, because I know he's always he's been a fan favorite since he appeared in that movie.
I mean, I've always thought that a Gotham police show set in Gotham,
Not Gotham. That was crap.
not Gotham, which was what that was its original premise, and then it turned into Smallville for Batman.
Turned into bullshit. That show's horrible.
So could work, something like NYPD Blue, but got in Gotham. Maybe it's
Or you
that.
could do, but like a Law and Order Harvey Dent thing might be cool. I don't. It's saying if Harvey Dent makes it out of the movie, I don't know if he's in or
Well,
out.
Sebastian Stan. I mean, is he just committed just to film now, or does he do? I don't know.
He
if
did that
does.
Winter Soldier TV show for Disney.
Well,
Plus.
that's right. Yeah.
So I think he's open
Yeah.
to just working.
Yeah.
I know some actors have. There used to be like a huge stigma back in the day, but like I don't know if some actors still have that.
We'll have to see what goes on with Harvey in this movie.
Mhm.
And I'm not suggesting that he's going to become Two-Face. So, do you do a Two-Face? I think we don't see him as Two-Face until Part 3. But after what he does, like whatever his role and his is in the Batman Part 2 story-wise, it may not lead into a TV show. It would be redundant or we don't need it. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Does anyone want to play Christopher Dent, Pete?
That's really fascinating because it seems like they are shooting for the stars for this role. And I don't know why people are turning it down. I wonder if it's just too small for the actor they're trying to get.
I think
or
to
if it
be
is
fair,
scheduling.
To be fair,
Because they're all heavy hitters.
like Brad Pitt. Who were the first two? Brad Pitt and then
And James Bond.
Daniel
Craig.
They both had scheduling issues, couldn't do it.
Mhm.
Then there was Skarsgård. What's his name? Skellen?
I guess I can't remember.
I
I
guess.
know
Okay.
they even went to De Niro,
Okay, I was going to bring that up as
which
well.
I think I'd love to have De Niro in a Batman movie. That'd be
That would have
awesome.
been good casting. I don't
Like
know.
outside of Joker, obviously, like a Batman.
That one I don't know about, other than that. Just who was that? Was that Jeff Snyder who dropped that
I believe
about
so.
De Niro? Okay,
He's been dropping things lately.
He's one of those Scorsese guys, that who has, I think, like has a disdain for comic book films, even though a Batman movie is a whole different animal than your stereotypical comic book film. So, but that would have been
Joker.
good. Yeah, he did Joker. You're right.
He did do Joker. Well, again, like you did say he's a Scorsese guy, so it's like, well, there you go. There's
You that's
part of
completely negated that. I completely forgot he did Joker. Wow, he was
I don't know. Joker's weird though because it's not like a bat. It's it's weird. It's not a Batman movie, but it's a Batman themed movie, right? It's like Batman adjacent, like
Batman adjacent. Yeah,
yeah,
but still based on a comic book.
yeah.
And under Scorsese's his line of thinking, they're all bullshit. It seems like.
Not to go off on a Joker thing, but I still love the way Phillips ended that second movie.
Well,
I still enjoyed that.
because I think it was a FU to a lot of fans. So,
Exactly. That's why I loved it.
it was kind of FU to people who write movies in their head and say he's not the real Joker.
It was great. It was really, I got to say,
Oh,
I
spoiler
really enjoyed
alert. You know, it's like, okay, he's not the real Joker. Yeah, I'll tell you what, I'll give you exactly what you want.
it. There
Okay.
you go.
Give you exactly
man.
what you want. I didn't hate Joker, the second Joker. I think
don't.
I think I didn't hate it. I didn't like it. The first one. I absolutely think is brilliant. I think it's brilliant.
I think that they're different movies. I like the second movie more because I think it's more it has more rewatchability for me. This first movie is very sad and depressing. The second movie's not really.
The second one is just confirmed. My take after the first one is that it was a movie that wasn't needed. It wasn't needed.
That's fair.
It does. The second one does have a negative slight, but it does have a negative impact on my how I feel about the original, because it takes away what for me was so great about the first
They're
one.
very fascinating movies to talk about, in my opinion.
You know, the ambiguity of, is this whole damn thing in his head?
Yeah.
It's none of it in his head.
I get what you're saying.
It's half
I
of
agree
it,
with
you know? Yeah. So speaking of Joker 2, Harley Quinn, see, that's all connected. I took Rachel 3 weeks ago to see Lady Gaga in Fort Worth.
Oh, nice. How was it?
It's all connected. It's all connected. Pete,
she must have had some crazy costumes. She always has crazy costumes at her shows.
Oh man, it was like a whole show. It was like
it's crazy.
three act musical with a story, and
she's great.
Costume changes and all kinds of stuff. I love her.
She's incredible. I'm a big Gaga guy, surprisingly. It always throws people off, but I like Gaga. Back from my poker face.
Yeah, it was good. She was really good.
She's a good entertainer. She entertains. She sings, she dances, you know, she's crazy costumes. She's like old school. I dig it.
Yeah, it was good. It was, you know, I enjoyed it. The announcer, she danced for 2.5 hours.
There you go.
And I was just there, and
Did you get something to eat where was this? At a stadium? An arena?
It was at the Dickies Arena. And
did they have boudin there? Did you get like boudin?
There's no boudin. I don't know what they had. I didn't get anything.
Not even a beer? You didn't get a beer?
I think I got a beer.
All right.
But as far as food, it looked to me, it was like, looked like the regular, you know, your regular popcorn and stuff like that.
Popcorn.
That's the first time I'd been. No boudin. First time I'd been there. So, but it's a good venue, good concert. I liked her. She was awesome in A Star Is Born.
Yeah, no, that movie's great. That movie's awesome. I love that movie.
It's great. Yeah. See, it's all connected, man. I'm Peter Brady, and again.
There you go.
So back to this Christopher Dent. I don't know if De Niro just said, "No, I did Joker. I'm not going to go back to the Batman well," or just wasn't interested.
He's quasi-retired now.
Yeah, I think they're just too much. I think people are making it be, they're just turning it down. They're just turning. Hell, that role may be cast as we speak. They're not going to tell us.
It kind of stinks that none of these guys have done it, because I think all these guys are great acters. So it would have been great to have them in the role. Who knows, man? This role may not be that big of a role.
Let me throw out, that I put out a while back, because I'd heard some whispers about Liam Neeson.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they may be sniffing around Liam Neeson for the role.
Mm-hmm.
I just threw out a picture on Twitter, and apparently, you know, it was legit. A few people picked up on it, because it was like, if Daniel Craig doesn't do it, they're going to turn to Liam Neeson. Well, Daniel Craig's not doing it. We haven't heard anything about Liam Neeson, so. I'll have to ask you, and I think I asked Lauer last time too. Do you have any issue with, just because he was in the Dark Knight trilogy as Ra's al Ghul? Would it bother you?
I bet you he won't have a goatee.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sure, he'll look a little different. He's how many years older now? I mean, how many years ago was Begins? I can't even remember.
21.
Right? So there you go. So I got no problem with it. I think he's a great actor. I'm sure there's a bunch of people who'll be miserable about it. I don't know, but maybe he's just a variant.
Well, it's part of me that wants it to happen just because there's that segment of fandom who would have a complete meltdown because you can't be in this movie. You were Ra's al Ghul, and you can't be in it. You were always in Batman. You know, in the world of Batman on film, you were Ra's al Ghul.
All
You
right.
can't be Christopher Dent. So
Okay. There you
that'd
go.
be fun. I mean,
I
I
guess
think
they're
he's
not
a
going
good.
to see the movie. I guess they won't see it.
No, they'll all go see it. That's what the other thing. They all go see it. So, and Christopher Dent. Liam Neeson's hell of an actor. I would love it. If he did it. So we're going to find out soon enough who ends up playing
This role won't
the
go
character
uncast.
because they're going to be filming here in about today's the 2 months. Today's the 28th. We're recording the 28th
If Reeves
of March.
calls you and says, "Bill, I need you to be Chris Dent," you gonna turn him down?
Yes.
Okay. See, well, you add Bill Ramey to the list. You turned down the role.
Well, I want a bigger role. I'm too young for that role.
You want to be Batman?
Yeah.
You want to be.
I want to be the voice of something, the voice of the Bat computer. Maybe he has a Bat computer. All right.
He'll build one in this movie.
What about Viggo Mortensen?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, there's like, I'm not going to say no to anyone who's like, unless it's like ridiculous. Like, I don't know, if you were like, what about Pauly Shore? Like, no, I don't want Pauly Shore.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but yeah, like I'm sure the A list of what do they want? They want 50s to 60s actors. Is that what they're going with?
He's probably playing. Yeah, I think they would cast an actor probably from 50 into the 70s because I think
70s.
I think the character is going to be in their late 60s, 70s. You know, he's playing it's the father of Harvey Dent.
Mm-hmm.
I know Sebastian Stan is he's early 40s. That doesn't mean Harvey Dent is in his early 40s. He's probably closer. Mm-hmm. He's probably being played as he's playing. Sure. I'm sure Dent is probably in his 30s in the movie because
when it comes to casting, I'm not the best to do that because like I don't even know people who have been in these movies to begin with.
You know, here's the thing. I mean, actors play characters who are older than their chronological age. They also play characters who are younger than their chronological age. So it doesn't mean
Tobey Maguire wasn't in high school when he filmed Spider-Man?
No, I know shocker to a lot of people. But
Bill,
yes.
Are you telling me the truth?
Neither is what's his name right now, who's playing Spider-Man.
Wait, Tom Holland isn't
Tom Holland.
Student?
Tom Holland is actually like, what is he? 41 years old, 48.
He looks like a
Let me go on a tangent real quick. That's the next time they recast this role for the next incarnation of Spider-Man film.
Mm-hmm.
If Peter Parker's going to be a kid, why don't you cast a kid? I mean, this literally cast someone that age.
I have no problem with it. I don't care.
I don't care either.
As long as he's not rolling out there with gray temples and
well, it's like
chin.
And then some people bitch about Chris O'Donnell playing Robin in Batman Forever when he was 24, 23, and he's supposed to be 17. Whatever. Who cares?
He's going to sit down and enjoy the movie.
He was playing a 17-year-old. Whatever. All right. So at some point, Christopher Dent will be cast. It's supposed to be a pretty big role. So,
all right, we'll see. I wonder who gets it.
All right. So, you know who Robert Pattinson is, right?
Batman.
Yes. Let's talk about. Yes, he is Batman right now.
Yeah, he's Batman.
Okay, so we don't have to worry about who's not Batman. We have a Batman on film, and it's Robert Pattinson. He was asked by Deadline. About the Batman Part 2, of course. This was on some, you know how they do those interviews as you're going into some event, whatever. He says, I think it's going to be a really, really special movie and very, very different. It's taking some big swings. And you put that alongside of what co-writer Mattson Tomlin said. It's new and dangerous. So in the grand scheme of things, those are not really updates on the movie. They're just two people involved with it, the star of it, and when the co-writer. They're not going to say, well, you know what? I read the script. It's a piece of shit.
Well, I hope the writer doesn't say it's a piece of shit because you
Yeah.
wrote it. Yeah, I
But
mean,
so-
I'm excited because they're talking big talk. So like, I hope they can walk the walk here when this movie comes out. I have no idea what they're doing, right? Because we have no real idea. We're still trying to figure out ScarJo's role, right? So we don't even know what she's doing.
Gilda. She's Gilda. Yeah.
All right. So there you go. If Gilda's involved, things are going to get pretty crazy pretty quickly.
Which is I think it's not. I see this with the online media and even with fans. You get Gilda, you have Harvey Dent in it, and you immediately go, oh, they're doing some sort of, they're going to adapt The Long Halloween. Well, they're not, And then I was reading.
I think they're going to adapt Gilda from The Long Halloween. I think she's right. I think something like that because again, you don't cast her for a throwaway role like she's
that's a big role.
Important.
Yeah,
she's huge.
It's not that she's just playing Harvey Dent's wife, and she's
So obviously, if you know what's going on, you kind of have an idea.
I think what
she's special.
Everything we expect, everything people expect, you know how the fan fiction goes, write a movie in your head and everything. It's going to be nothing like that. It's going to be nothing. It'll be completely different, as it should be, as we should want it to be, right? We don't want to, So I'm excited to see what they're doing. They do start filming here in 2 months.
That's it. And then we're going to get a bunch of bad set pics of Batman on a motorcycle.
Pics. Yeah.
And everyone's going to hate it for a little bit until we see it in the movie. And, so
you
we're going to relive
when
all that again.
Those first shots of when they were filming that cemetery bat bike scene from the Batman. The first time we really saw the, well, Reeves had put out that camera test costume, whatever, with Pattinson. So we had seen it, but now we saw it in full daylight out of context. And I remember the stunt rider, they actually had goggles over his eyes because he probably needed them to ride the bike in that cowl. And everyone was like, he's going to have lenses. He's got lenses, and then, well, he didn't have lenses. So there you go.
And they're going to do a lot of location stuff, right? So they're not going to do soundstage. So it's going to get out there.
What, for the Batman Part 2?
Yeah.
I think a lot of it's going to be soundstage.
Okay, so maybe we'll be able to keep some of this contained then.
I mean, they're going to where Liverpool.
Because Reeves did a good job last movie. Remember, he sent out like fake pictures of Selena at the funeral.
Yeah.
And then, once that chick turns around, we're like, oh, who's this chick? Like he did. I like Reeves. I like that he messes with some of these nitwits.
Yeah, they didn't do a lot. I mean, you had that scene,
Mm-hmm.
And you had that funeral scene, and you had the cemetery bike ride. Was really the only time like they were really shooting on location. Other times they were on the set outside of London. And then they use that same process.
That's because they do COVID stuff. I forget. It was, oh man.
They do that the same process they use for the Mandalorian, where you're basically in front of a big high definition screen instead of a green screen.
Yeah.
So yeah. And then hell, the Penguin was shot in New York, and it looked like the same city,
No, they did a great job. I'm excited. This is great. It's gearing up, man. We're 2 months away from things really starting to pick up here.
Yeah, we'll start getting stuff, and we'll get, I tell people, when are we going to get some? But Reeves is not doing anything. I said, man, all that right now, as you speak and you're wringing your hands, the costumes have been made. They're building the sets. They're lining out, hiring people. Calm down.
I'm hoping to get at least a more clear look at Joker in this movie. Joker's very interesting to me here. Just his look, his motivation, like what's going on.
What is his motivation?
I have no idea. That's it. He's he's like kind of the unknown.
Besides messing with Batman, he knows Batman. That deleted scene is great between them two. It really got, you know, him finding it was hilarious that Batman, he goes, "You think he's right," and it gets laughing about it. That's good. So we'll see more of him. We'll see it all. I want to know if Martinez is coming back, some of these other side characters. Bach, Mackenzie Bach. Does he come back? Yeah.
We saw Bach and Penguin.
Yep, did. This is good times. All right. That's about it. Anything you want to recap what we covered? Penguin season 2, what Casey Bloys said, BVS 10, I plugged your podcast, Robert De Niro, Viggo Mortensen, Liam Neeson. What the hell is the deal with Christopher Dent?
I'm just gonna start reading my Nightfall omnibus. That's all.
Bless your heart. Bless your heart.
There we go. So
that's a thick book.
I've only really read the main story, so I'm gonna.
No goofing off. Is that a new release?
It was out of stock for a while, and as soon as it got back in stock, I ordered it.
Okay.
Okay. But yeah, like I said, like I've only really read the main trade paperback, and I'm excited to dive into all the tie-ins and everything and get the whole full story. I know some of it's going to be garbage, as most tie-ins are, but it'll be cool. I haven't reread Nightfall in like maybe 15 years. So,
besides that, just before we go, anything new to the Bat collection?
No, not really. That's it. That's been the new edition is Nightfall. I ordered volume 2 as well, so I'm gonna make my way through it.
Well,
so it's a 3-part omnibus collection.
I did break down. I got the new Bane from McFarlane.
Okay.
The theatrical edition.
Not bad at all.
Banes, actually.
Did you by any chance get your hands on a pre-order of the Nicholson Joker? I did get one of those.
I did.
Right, I'm very excited.
I did.
With my luck, I'm going to get the Kenner variant, and I don't want that.
Shout out to Haas. He picked one up for me, so when it comes in, I'll pay him for it. Yeah.
So I was very excited to get one of those. Hopefully, it gets fulfilled, and I get my Nicholson. It'd be nice to have a nice little Burton setup there.
They released that the same time with this Bane. They had that Ledger Joker theatrical version. Those you can't find them anymore. You get them on eBay for like double the price.
Actually, they did 3. They also released a Reeves 78, and I picked that up. So
a what?
I have Christopher Reeves from Superman.
Oh yeah, okay. Gotcha.
They released one of his, and I missed out on the first one, so I picked that one up. And I was because I don't know, like I have all the not McFarlane, but I have all the Dark Knight stuff from when the movie came out, and I think it holds up pretty well. So I've been kind of
I have those, yeah.
I passed on his stuff for the trilogy. It looked great. I don't know. I don't think I need it, but like the stuff for 89 Forever and Batman and Robin, like I bought that stuff just because there's so much.
What are we going to get for the Batman Part 2? Are you curious?
I don't know because Mattel is making the figures for Batman Part 2, so it's I don't know if we're looking back to like what they were giving us for BVS or Justice League, if they're going to step up their game. Because they did start putting out some better figures around the time of like Shazam and stuff. But that was at the end of the run, so we'll see. McFarlane set the bar pretty high. He did focus a lot on Batman, but I can't believe how many vehicles we got. Like I've gotten all the vehicles I could have ever asked for, so I'm very happy with that. And he's made more action figures that I've enjoyed and wanted than I didn't.
Yeah.
I know some people have problems with these action figures. I don't. It's just a piece of plastic. But
I've got a bunch of them. I'll say that.
I think he did a good job. So we'll see. We'll see. Maybe, if Mattel does a shitty job, to be honest with you, and I don't buy things, that's not a problem.
That's a good way to look at it. I'm thinking where am I gonna put this anyway? All right.
Maybe it's not so good.
All right. So what's going on? You want to mention you reviewing Detective?
I'm reviewing Detective.
I got a new review of that. Was on this week. Was on Batman on Film.
I thought about you the whole time I was writing this review. I was like, man, this is this shared universe inner Bat family bullshit. I'm not reading this. Rachel, where's the gumbo? Like I just thought about you while I was reading this book. So I got a new review, Detective up, Straight Outta Gotham's out there, Spider-Man Coalition, Batman Book Club, and that's where you can find me.
Do you like that Spider-Man trailer?
I just, to me, it was just the same Spider-Man movie they've made. It's Spider-Man, and not that I hate cameos, but it's like we're gonna throw a bunch of other Marvel characters in there, and I was like, what's the point of the movie? What's the plot? And I'm just kind of fed up with Spider-Man right now because even in print, like him and Mary Jane aren't together, and it's just all bullshit in my opinion. Like right now, Mary Jane's Venom, and they're doing this whole
Okay,
thing.
hold on now.
Yeah, Mary Jane's
Hey,
Venom, and they're not
okay.
together, and she just broke up with the next boy. And I'm just like, can we just? I'm just so fed up.
Mary
with
Jane
Peter
is
and MJ.
Venom.
Yeah, I'm fed up with Marvel and Peter and Mary Jane right now. So everything Peter and Mary Jane, Spider-Man is just pissing. It hasn't gotten to the level of Absolute Batman, but it's pissing me off.
Well, I will say that I was disappointed in the fact that I thought, okay, you're setting up. Come on, for the first time with this DC MCU Tom Holland Spider-Man, just make a straight up Spider-Man movie. None of that
You can't, Aunt
MCU
May's
crap.
dead. Aunt May's dead. You can't.
And so what do? He's friendly neighborhood. You know, you got Punisher in the son of a bitch. Who else was in it? In the damn cameo.
Hulk is in it.
Yeah.
Daredevil's in it.
Or-
Daredevil's definitely in this movie.
Well, and who else was in it? Is apparently that what's the
So,
damn X-Men?
oh yeah, so
Jean Grey.
That's what they say. I don't know. This is
Yeah.
It definitely feels like a toy box movie, which is fine. Like some of those are good, and I do enjoy some of them. We'll see what happens. I'll probably like it by the end of the movie.
You
They
just had
probably
three
don't-
of them that were toy box movies.
Yeah, but that's that's what I'm saying. Like it feels like it's this that they have this Spider-Man formula, and that's what they do. And maybe they just use the popularity of Spider-Man to kind of showcase other things. I don't know. Maybe that's what they're doing.
Yeah.
Because Daredevil's got his next season now and everything, so maybe it's cross promotion, something like that.
Sure it is. That's yeah. Are you trying to get me started on that bullshit? I am not. I just asked you what you thought about it. I'm with you. I was kind of looking forward to it. Didn't hate the three with Tom Holland, but I prefer.
I like the first and the third. I don't like the second.
I mean, they were okay. I prefer the first two Tobey Maguire films and the first one with Andrew Garfield over any of those three myself. But I think Tom Holland's that's good casting right there. He's a good actor for that role. So
Yeah, no problem.
we'll see. I'll go see the movie. Spider-Man, he's
I'll
up
be
there.
there.
He's up there. He's behind. Like I've said many times, depending on what day, it's either Spider-Man or Superman that's my second favorite comic book superhero. So
We got to get you reading Spider-Man then. Got to get you reading some
man,
Spider-Man.
you know how many I had so many Spider-Man comic books as a kid. I still have a bunch of them. And then in the 90s, I was collecting that. I got
Get you reading some action. That's what we
Got
got to
some-
get you reading some action.
Action Comics,
Yeah.
Superman.
Yeah. Why not?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I look at it every once in a while, but I'm not gonna go down and buy them. I just read. I'm a Batman guy.
That's fine.
I got a bunch of Superman comics. I've got. You know what I have?
What you got?
Spider-Man. I've got the original copy, first printing, whatever you want to call it, whatever number it is of Spider-Man in the black suit.
You got to put that on Twitter. That's a
I
good
bought
one.
that. I
I got
got
one
it.
of
Yeah,
those.
it's in a tote, but I got it. That's something I bought as a kid off a spinner rack back in the day.
You should open up the tote and send some pictures out on the Facebook group. Show people what you got.
It ain't just one tote, man. I got a bunch
Yeah,
of them.
get the totes out.
You remember
I love going through the long boxes.
The whole clone saga with
Oh my god, that's my favorite.
Ben
want to talk about
Riley and all that
connected
shit.
bullshit. Like that's
Yeah.
some of my favorite stuff.
Yeah,
That gets
had
really
all
crazy
that.
at the end.
Oh, last thing, I promise. Last thing. You're gonna watch
Hold on, hold on.
Spider-Man Noir?
I haven't watched it yet. I want to. I'm really excited for it.
You know what I'm talking about, right? With Nicolas
Yeah,
Cage.
the Nick Cage thing. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm excited
only-
for it. I haven't watched it yet.
yeah.
Is
When's it come
I
out?
don't even know. I don't even know.
it's not
I'm so
out yet.
bad.
I don't think it's on the. But I've seen the trailer.
It's a Prime. It's Amazon Prime.
Yeah, looking forward to it. All right, we're done. For me, Batman on film. Batman-on-film.com. I made it through. wasn't easy. Editing works. The mute button works.
There you go.
Me
You'll figure
giving
it out.
Pete hand signals to fill in right here. Why, cough, my lungs up. But we got through it. All right. Now, so Rachel will finish up here. We will catch you next time.
You have been listening to the BOF Social Hour, Jett's official podcast on Batman on Film. Follow BOF on Threads at The Batman on Film. Follow BOF on X, formerly known as Twitter, at Batman on Film. To help keep BOF up and running, go to patreon.com/BatmanOnFilm, or you can buy BOF a beer at buymeacoffee.com/TheRealBatmanOnFilm. For Jett and everyone at BOF, I'm announcer Rachel. Authoritative, definitive, the original, Batman on Film, founded in 1998.